So, to begin this period of walking meditation, first of all, let's simply stand. Just stand on the spot, being aware of the weight being transferred through the soles of your feet into the earth, being aware of all of the subtle movements that go on in order to keep you balanced and upright. And we often take this for granted, our ability to be able to stand upright. But actually, it took us a couple of years to learn how to do this. So just be aware of the constant, complex adjustments that you're making in order to maintain your balance. And then you can begin to walk at a fairly slow but normal walking pace and in a normal manner. You're not going to be changing the way that you walk. You're simply going to be aware of what happens when you walk naturally. So first of all, keep your attention in the soles of your feet, being aware of the alternating patterns of contact and release, being aware of your foot as the heel first makes contact, as the foot rolls forward onto the ball and then lifts and travels through the air. So be aware of all the different sensations in your feet. Not just the contact on the soles of your feet, but also the contact between your toes. And if you're wearing shoes, the feeling of your shoes, perhaps the fabric of your clothing. And let your feet be as relaxed as possible. Become aware of your ankles. Notice the qualities of the sensations in those joints. As your foot is on the ground, as your foot travels through the air. And let your ankle joints be relaxed. Let go, making sure that you're not holding on in any way. You can become aware of your lower legs, your shins, your calves. You can be aware of the contact with your clothing. Be aware of the temperature on your skin. You can be aware of your muscles. And you can notice what the calf muscles are doing as you're walking. You might even want to exaggerate for a few steps what the calf muscles are doing, just so that you can connect with that more strongly. And then let your walking go back to a normal, relaxed rhythm. Becoming aware of your knees, noticing the qualities of the sensations in your knee joints. Then expanding your awareness into your thighs, being aware of the skin, the contact with your clothing, the temperature, being aware of the muscles, and noticing what the muscles on the fronts of the thighs and the muscles on the backs of the thighs are doing. And once more, you might want, for a few paces, to exaggerate just a little what those muscles are doing. And then letting your walk go back to a normal rhythm. Becoming aware of your hips and the muscles around your hip joints, and relaxing those muscles. Really letting go. And even when you think you've relaxed them, let go a little more. And notice how that changes the way you walk. Notice how the rhythm and the gait of your walk change as your hips relax. You can be aware of the whole of your pelvis and notice all of the movements that are going on in your pelvis. One hip moves forward and then the other. One hip lifting, the other sinking. And you can be aware of the complex, three-dimensional shape that your pelvis is carving out through space as you walk forwards. And a part of your spine, your sacrum, is embedded in the pelvis. So as you feel your spine extending upwards, you can notice how it moves along with the pelvis. Your spine is in constant motion. It's swaying from side to side. There's a twisting motion around the central axis as your trunk moves. Your spine flexes and relaxes with your breathing. So your spine is in constant, sinuous, sensuous motion. Noticing your belly. You might feel your clothing in contact with your belly, and noticing how your belly is the center of your body. Very often it feels like it's down there because we're so much in our heads. So see to what extent you can actually feel your belly being the center of your body, the center of your being. Noticing your chest, how your breathing changes your chest, letting your breathing happen naturally. Noticing the changing contact that your chest makes with your clothing. Noticing your shoulders. Notice how they're moving with the rhythm of your walking. Chest, your belly, your shoulders are all moving with your breathing and with your walking. And your breathing naturally falls into a rhythm that matches your walking. And you may notice that there are a certain number of paces per breath. There's no right or wrong number of paces per breath, so just notice what your particular pattern is. Letting your shoulders be relaxed. Letting your shoulders passively transmit the rhythm of your walk down into your relaxed arms. Your arms simply hanging by your sides, swinging naturally. Noticing all the motions in your arms, your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms and your wrists, and your hands. And feeling the air flowing over the skin on your hands and fingers as your arms swing through the air. Becoming aware of your neck and the muscles on the back of your neck that support your skull. Noticing the angle at which you're holding your head. And notice that as you relax the muscles on the back of your neck, your chin slightly tucks in and your skull comes to a point of balance. And you might want to play around with the angle of your head and see how that changes your experience. You might notice that when you tuck your chin close into your chest, your experience becomes darker, more inward turned, somber. And if you lift your chin and hold it in the air, you might notice that your experience becomes much lighter, that you're more aware of the outside world, perhaps caught up in the outside world or in your thoughts. And then bringing your head back to a point of balance, chin slightly tucked in. Noticing how this allows you to be aware of your emotions without getting caught up in them. Allows you to be aware of your thoughts without being lost in your thoughts. Relaxing your jaw, relaxing your eyes, and just letting your eyes be softly focused, gently resting, looking ahead, not staring at anything, not allowing yourself to be caught up in anything that's going past you. letting the world drift by your eyes. You can be aware of the feelings that you're having, not in terms of emotions here, but just the feeling tone. Are there things that feel pleasant, perhaps the rhythm of your body, or certain things you see or hear? Are there things that feel unpleasant, either in your body or outside of you? And as you notice sensations that are pleasant or unpleasant, just notice them without clinging to them or pushing them away. Just noticing them. And you can enjoy this sense of freedom, this sense of not getting caught up in things. You can notice your emotional states. Are you bored? Are you content? Are you feeling joyful to be doing what you're doing? Again, just noticing whatever emotions happen to be present. Not getting caught up in them, but letting them pass through your mind like clouds through a clear blue sky. And noticing your mind. Is your mind dull or clear? Is your mind busy or calm? Just notice these things with no particular judgment. Noticing and letting go of your thoughts as they arise. And you can notice the balance between your experience of the inner and the outer worlds. I often find that if I can be aware of both the inner world and the outer world in equal balance, then my mind settles at a point of stillness and calmness and clarity. So see if you can find that point of balance where you're equally aware of your inner experience and your experience of the outside world, and where your mind is calm, content, and quiet. So in a little while, I'm going to ask you to stop. And I'd like you to come to a natural halt, just allowing yourself to come to a natural, comfortable, balanced stop. So do that now. Come to a stop, and once again just experience yourself standing. Just notice what it's like to be no longer in motion. Noticing once again the complex balancing act that's going on to keep you upright. Feeling once again the weight traveling down through the soles of your feet into the earth. Simply standing and experiencing yourself. And finally, bringing this meditation session to a close.